What's up everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video. On Sui, wanted to give you my thoughts. Sui recently fundamentally, and this is also, this is also going to be a bit of a news update. But no, fundamentally Sui has actually been doing quite good, all right? We're bearish, all right? If you look at the technicals right now, sure, we're bearish, but that really doesn't have too much to do with Sui itself. Sui right now is just, we're looking at the 4-hour time frame. If you look at the 4-hour time frame for the altcoin market, we're just bearish, all right? So yes, we have dropped down quite a bit, 50%, over 50% from the top to bottom right here in the last 2.5 weeks or so. But fundamentally, Sui has been doing quite fine, and I'm not sure if the network activity and the network statistics, and we will still look at that as well in this video. It's a full update. I'm not sure if they reflect that, but if you look at the partnerships they've made, for example, with Byte Plus, which is the technology arm of ByteDance, so it's not a direct partnership with TikTok, and I also don't think you should portray it like that, but it is a big partnership. And then also what they did with the Playtron right here, they're just doing a lot of stuff. And then Sui, a lot like this went under the radar for a lot of people. Like most of you will probably know this. If you know Sui, all right, then you do know it. But Sui actually grew a lot in the last months as well. You can see the daily transactions and the daily active addresses right here. There's something with them. I'm not sure what, but this doesn't seem normal with that spike. Maybe it was because of the news, but in general, we dipped down lower than the average. So not sure if we can trust that. But if you look at the DEX trading volumes, that's quite high. If you look at the total value locked, like this is the total value locked that's on chain in the last year, that has grown from the start of Sui last year when it was 36 million to where it is right now at almost $600 million on Artemis. All right, if you compare that with other networks, with other blockchains right now, Sui is actually number 13, and I think that went under the radar for a lot of people. So that's actually bullish. Sui long term with this $1.6 billion valuation, I think that's actually undervalued. If the network statistics and if the fundamentals keep growing and keep being bullish like this, I think we're undervalued. And then if we start to talk about the technicals, we have to be a little bit less enthusiastic because I think that there are indications and there are signals that we can be bullish about Sui. For example, if you look at the spot buying since the last crash last Saturday, there's been a lot of spot buying, all right? Also some big sell-offs, right? Like right now we're in a pretty big sell-off, but it's still net positive. So there's more spot buying coming in since the last crash than selling, of course. That's also where the price is up. And then yesterday we did gain some momentum because of the news that dissipated quite quickly. You can see overall that we've had some buy orders in the last 3 days, but Sui doesn't have momentum. All right, so I don't expect Sui to necessarily be bullish. The main level we would need to break above would be this level here between 1.3 and 1.33. That's the main level we want to break. If we can break above that, then we can actually rally back up to 1.5, potentially even 1.65. So this, at this moment, I do not think is most likely, because, like I said, if you look at Sui right now, one of the main things that it would need is momentum, and momentum is just not what Sui has right now. However, I do think that if you compare Sui to other altcoins, it's actually been relatively strong. So the name of the game right now in the market, unfortunately, is that most altcoins are correlated to Bitcoin. Sui as well for 74%. So I do think that if Bitcoin actually turns relatively bullish, so if it starts to break above 62,500 and potentially 65,000, if it can get those bullish breakouts, I think Sui is one of the main cryptos you need to watch. All right, I don't think it's most likely will break out for now because there is no momentum and we are still bearish. I think it's more likely that we'll just consolidate here in this region and perhaps drop down a little bit more. But once the tide starts to turn for Bitcoin, keep your eyes on Sui. Keep your eyes on 1.33 because then there actually is a lot of potential. And that's what I think you need to know for now. All right, so if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.